My friends, I guess a lot of times you see me, I'm so involved in experience. It's so charging to me because people never real. So many people lose the experience. They're so busy saying, "Oh, you old school," "Oh, you." It's nothing like it. I'll give you an example. When I was a kid, and I don't know why, I always wanted to know why. My mother used to get annoyed at me because I would say, "Mama, why? Mama, why?" I was always brought up. I was brought up alone. My mother brought me up. If you look at my website, leroycover.com, my whole life is there, so you could see how I grew up. But my mother, oh, beautiful. She brought me up, and I always wanted to know why. Mama, why? Mama, why? And she used to get mad at me. My grandmother used to get angry at me because wheat's better than rye. That's why, Leroy. Shut up with that why. I was just 8, 9, 10. I just wanted to know why. So my mother took me to the barber shop, and I sat down at the barber shop, and I watched these older guys reminiscing and talking. I was transfixed. I was like things you never can hear from the young boys that grew up. They didn't have the experience. They didn't know, and I want to know about life and what their experience, and I didn't know why. So I would come by the barber shop maybe once or twice a week, and they used to get the older guys get, "What are you doing in here, young blood?" Just call me young blood. "Hey, young blood, get out of here. What are you hanging around here for?" And I was just sitting and listening, and the things that I learned, like one of the guys was I'll never forget these things. They didn't register as much then as it did later in life. When the guy said life is a journey, there's no round trip on life. I never heard anything like that. Enjoy the journey. And then one of the guys would, it was just so, I was like transfixed with what they were saying, even though I was too young to apply it. It resonated on me. And one of the guys, older fellas, say that the problem is never outside of you. As long as you make the problem outside of you, it can never be resolved. Because no matter what happens to you, the ultimate answer is yours, not somebody else. And at that time, you know, I mean, I heard it and it transfixed me, but I couldn't apply it. And then I remember some of the things. Now, a lot of the things these guys were talking, they were talking among each other, and I'm sitting there transfixed. And I remember when one of the older guys said, "You cannot unring a bell." And I'm saying, unring a bell. In other words, when you want that bell ring, you can't say, "Let me go back and unring it." It's wrong. And I never want forget one of the fellas said, "If you fall down a flight of stairs, be thankful it wasn't 2 flights. Don't lay down there moaning about falling, because you eventually got to get up. And the longer you moan about falling, it's the longer it's going to take you to get up. Because eventually you got to get up off your ass and brush yourself off." These are the kind of things that intrigued me. They were, I couldn't get that from my fellow kids my age. They didn't even know those kind of things. They didn't want to hear it. But here I wasn't even in my teens. And I was transfixed by what they say. And they say, enjoy the journey. Life is a journey. The destination is death. So enjoy the journey. Never fix yourself on the destination, because you may not ever reach the destination that you envision. You know? And I'm listening to this and I say, that's why I tell you fellas, it saved me a lot as I grew. Because I began to apply those things to my life. And I remember, you see people moaning and groaning about what happened. You can't do nothing about that. And you see people go into depression about what happened to them. It's over with. There's only one thing you could do is move forward. So what I try to do, my friends, when I talk to you, it's all I try to do is make the journey shorter for you. I want to get you to think. I want to converse with you. This is what happens when you get, a lot of people go to therapy for somebody to tell them how to face life. But this is what and you know what, my friends? I don't know why. The way we perceive information and apply it to ourselves is so individualistic. Most people rather laugh than think. I rather think than laugh. I can always laugh. But thinking, get my brain to be like a sponge, want to soak up. Well, that's what I want to tell you about experience. That's why I always tell you fellas, experience. So important. And when you got somebody that has experience, that really have experience, listen. And don't listen to these flim-flam boys. There's a lot of them out there. My friends, to be continued.